Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Friday, April the 21st. The year's 2023. Let's talk trading. It's time for the weekly wrap-up. As always, these videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. So we take a look at the weekly chart, and we can see that the pound has dropped below the weekly open. The weekly open was at the 2400 line, and we're 19 pips below it at the moment. 94 off the high, 27 off the low. Taking a look here, we can see that all the weekly gaps had filled. There was one lagger. I don't remember which pair it was, but the other day when we looked at this chart, it had not filled the gap at the time. Looks like we're getting near that psychological 75 line. We are in the range, the opening range for the week. We are in the opening range for the month. We're above the opening range for the year. Speaking of the year, 289 pips above the yearly open, 574 off the yearly low, and 170 off the high. And once again, we are in the upper wick zones the past 4 months. We've cracked through the 75. Remember, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I talked about, trading at the psychologicals, just looking at the candle color, at the line, and could have picked up a couple of pips, looks like. We are in the inside bar of, let's see, that inside bar, I believe that's the monthly inside bar, and then the daily inside bar. So we've got the monthly high right below the daily inside bar low. Yesterday was an inside bar. And you can see we've got a few inside bar trades happening right there. So we had a weekly inside bar 8 weeks ago. Daily inside bar 1 day ago, and a monthly inside bar 2 months ago. So right around that area. 73 pip range. We just had some red news come out, and you can see once again range has been muted this week on the daily, and the weekly's pretty muted. The news that just came out, you can see here, we pushed it right through the weekly open, back down to that psychological 75 area. And notice we have a high here at 24.7. So as I was saying, it just seems like price likes to go from one psychological area to just about the other, and then it just swings back and forth in these areas. So these are good areas to initiate a trade, looking, if you want to make a nice profit one way or the other. Notice we're putting in a new daily low, and noting that the range is only 73 pips, and we had a couple of 80s this week. I don't know if it's going to push down further. Something you might look forward to, maybe all the way down to the 50. Who knows, it could come screaming back. Once again, green rats, look for an opportunity. Once again, making that new daily low here. We just hit S2, which was at the psychological 2375 level. Bambino Flex indicator says look for longs. Bias near S1 was long. The first couple of times it paid off. That second time you got crushed. But if it's long at S1, it's long at S2. So maybe look to see to add on a trade somewhere in this area, and for a price to head back up towards the 00. Let's see what happens. Pivots, we took out the daily, we've taken out the weekly, and still off the monthly right now by 191 pips. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. In and out of the lower wick zone here, in and out of the upper earlier in the day. But you can see here price failed to get out of this lower wick zone from the upside, so it crashed through the downside. And looking at the weekly range right now, it's only 121 pips, so you can see this is definitely some muted ranges here. High minus previous high, we did not break out. Low minus previous low, we did not break out. So we're creating an inside bar on the week. High minus close 97, close minus low 25 at the 26 right now for the rats. And for the buy zone traders, high minus open 73 pips to the north, and open minus low 48 pips to the south. So once again, those horizontal line traders would have paid off. It's just, it's so funny to me how, you know, there's more than one way to skin a cat in trading, that's for sure. And the whole idea is to make money. But it's amazing what some people will believe and what some people will try and attempt. And they just complicate matters beyond, it's just like beyond any comprehension. And I'm starting to think that, you know, what is something that's really analogous to trading. And a lot of times Walmall and I will use sports analogies because, you know, we both played ball. And so sometimes we see things that way. But it hit me this week that trading might be like sailing. If any of you have been watching my videos over the years, you know, I like that one Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind video that talks about the leaf in the water. It just goes with the flow. And it made me think that maybe trading is a lot like sailing. Even though I know next to nothing about sailing, I mean, it's like you're in a boat, you have a sail and the wind pushes the sail. But it just seems to me when you look at trading, it should be so much simpler than we make it. And I'm wondering, there's one thing I'm really wondering is because we have the price going in a up-down fashion, I kind of wonder what would happen if we actually rotated the chart 90 degrees and price was going, say, in a left-right fashion. If for some strange reason, if that just might change the way we look at things. Because we wouldn't think that price was too high or price was too low. We'd think it's like, well, it's moved this way so far, now it's coming back the other way. And it just might be something in our minds because of the up-down or the high-low that we miss out on. Because maybe if we thought about it like it was sailing, we'd just be gauging the wind and saying, okay, well, the wind's pushing this way or the wind's pushing that way. Because I'm probably thinking maybe in sailing, you know, maybe, I know there's something they do tacking, and, you know, maybe the wind, they go one way and then it pushes them back and then they go the other way. I'm not really sure. Like I said, I'm not a sailor. Maybe somebody out there is a sailor and they could give a better analogy on it. Anyway, that's just something I'm thinking about, and I'm thinking I might study up on sailing and just see if there's something that might be applicable to looking at charts. And the year-to-date accumulated range 744. So this week we haven't pushed it since this week is an inside bar. And so that means we have not pushed the range of the month. We're only at 273. And we're coming into the last week of the month. And you can see here 273 is the lowest number. So I think we might have more to go. So, fellow traders, hope you had a profitable day, week, and month, and year so far. And I'm going to wish you a fun and safe weekend. And we're at the top of the hour here. So I want you to always remember and never forget, when you're trading, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.